Hello everyone, welcome to this session. So this is the solution of Streams English workbook. In this session we will be covering part A of the workbook. Part A of the workbook which will cover section A to F, right? So also before this I have shot a small reel which will explain the principle of where to use a, and the. For preposition I felt that I would explain on spot with the sentences so that it will add much to your remembrance. So without delaying further, let's get started. The book of science fiction is about an alien who is naughty. The book is also very informative. I suggested the book to a friend. So this book of science fiction is about. About is used to indicate a topic or a subject. An alien, an is used before words that sound like a vowel. The book is also very informative. The is used because it's definite that the book, specific, right? And it is something about which you already know. I suggested the book to a friend. To is used when you have something like direction, giving, something like that. That time you use to. A friend. A is used because it is a indefinite singular noun. Now, the book is also very informative. Nothing comes before informative because informative is an adjective, and no article or preposition is needed before adjective when they come after linking verbs like is, are, was, right? The teacher gave us an assignment on an interesting topic. She told us to submit the assignment on Monday. So the preposition on Monday is correct usage for days and dates. On is used for days and dates. So here before Monday we'll be using on. I would not explain why we use a and the, considering that you already know the general principles of a and the. The people were dissatisfied with the leader's performance. So with is used to show dissatisfaction towards something or someone. So they decided to boycott the elections as a mark of a protest. So of shows relationship. So of protest. So it's showing the relationship of protest. The leaders appeal to them to reconsider their decision. So to is used when it shows direction or target towards the appeal. The production cost of steel has gone up by 10% in the last 1 year. So the production, because there is specific, of steel, because it's showing relationship towards something. As I said earlier, of is used to show relationship to something. So of steel has gone up by 10%. So by is used when you show the amount of degree of increase, like by 10%. Okay, degree or amount of increase. This may lead to an increase of about 20% in construction cost in the country. So this may lead to is again direction, giving direction to something. An increase because it's before the vowel sound. Of about is used when you're talking about someone or something. About 20% in construction cost in the country because the is specific. And in is used for time related preposition. It's used for periods of time like in the last year. So here in the country, right? In the interview, the candidate was asked some interesting questions, initially of his personal interests. A few more questions were asked on the same lines so that there would be no tension for the candidate. So for shows target who the concern is for. Like the concern is for the candidate. So for is used. And others the rules are same, like as previously we discussed in previous questions. So A on the, all the rules are same. Little Radha was in the garden, in यानी कि inside the garden. Okay, so little Radha was in the garden filling in a hole when a neighbor peered through the fence, interested in what the cheeky faced youngster was doing. So through is used to show the movement or show the direction from one side to another side. That's an awfully big hole for a goldfish, isn't it? So for is used to indicate a purpose or target. Radha patted down The last heap of earth. Of is used to show a relationship towards something. So here it's relationship towards a heap of earth. And then replied, that's because he is inside your cat. So we are done with part A. So here you can see the screen. You can take screenshot of it. It's a general rule. See, as I explained while the lesson, that you can use and before vowel sound, a before consonant sound, or take anything like with is used to show association, of to show relationship or part of something, about to show topic or discussion of something. So it's like, what I want to say is, if you have glance of this, what's there here, you can answer almost all the questions which will be asked. And I think this principles or tricks will cover the way in which you will not go wrong while answering. So you just go through this like a summary notes before your examination, which can help you, right? So yeah. So now quickly let's move to jumble segments. So few students might require detailed explanation, few just wants to solve the workbook answers, few want to just evaluate while I'm telling questions, they just want to, pause and understand that whether they are able to answer it. So depending on that, you can adjust your speed, and I'm just trying to club into one marathon, one section, part A, so that during exam time, everything is available to you at one place. I'll also put this timestamps like part A is standing for what, part B is standing for jumble segments in that way. So yeah, let's continue. It is very important to protect our environment. Every country has its own language. The world is divided into continents and countries. Deforestation can prove to be very damaging to Mother Earth. Each individual should plant a tree on his birthday. We must encourage afforestation to keep the earth green. Simplicity has a lot to do with humility. Newspapers are used as a powerful weapon to highlight social problems. We must follow certain rules and regulations. One should be kind and helpful to old people. पार्ट थ्री सब्जेक्ट वर्ब अग्रीमेंट. सो आपको लग रहा होगा यार मैम क्या यार इतना बोरिंग सा सेशन स्टार्ट कर दिया आपने ग्रामर का. बट स्टूडेंट्स लाइक ग्रामर ऑल्सो इज इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ योर करिकुलम एंड इट विल एड अप टू 30 to 35 marks in your examination. And think ना in easy way you can just score like marks. तो एक काम करते हैं ना, we'll play section 3 as a game. So what I'll do, I'll be dictating the questions, right? When I'm telling the questions, just pause, take a book and evaluate yourself. देखते हैं 10 में से आपको कितने points मिलते हैं. ठीक है, चलो गेम के साथ साथ ना हम verb agreement को finish कर लेते हैं. His father and grandmother dash arrived. तो इसका आंसर क्या है बोलो? So the answer for this is have arrived, because the subject is plural now. Here there are two people, father and grandmother. So you'll use have. If it was singular, then you would use has. The leader and patriot is lost. मैम आपने पिछले में तो बोला कि प्लूरल हो तो have use करना है, singular हो तो has use करना है. So according to that logic, we should use are, right? But here the leader and patriot refers to same person, right? That's why is this used. So the answer is the leader and patriot is lost. Each of the children dash given a book. Tell what is the answer for this. So the answer for this is was, because though children is plural, each is the subject, right? And each is singular. So you will use the word was. Neither he nor his dash there. What's the answer for this? Neither he nor his friend was there. Because when neither nor is the question, right? Neither nor जैसा question होता है तब हम लोग जो verb के close है, which is closer to verb, his friend is closer to verb, right? So it is in singular sense. That's why we'll use was here. Either the boy or his sisters dash broken the tree. So the answer for this is have broken the tree. Here it's a compound subject. Boy is singular, sisters is plural. But you will choose a subject which is closer to the verb. So for sisters, because sisters is closer to the verb, you will use have in this case. The orator and the statesman dash been invited. So the answer for this is have. Why? Because when the subject is linked by an, subject is linked by an, when two subject is a person or two different thing is linked by an, then the verb also becomes plural, and so in that case you will use have. A series of lecture dash been arranged on this subject. So the answer for this is has. Why? Because a series of lecture जब collective noun होता है, when there is a collective noun, it's considered as a group, a series of lecture. So it's considered as one group of lecture, right? So here in this case you'll use has. As well as justice dash this. So the answer for this is requires, because kindness is singular. So the answer for this will be requires, as well as is just an additional information to kindness. A number of accidents were reported in the newspaper. So number of means many, right? And accidents is again a plural noun. So with that you will use were, which is plural. The number of dropouts dash quite large was quite large. So here the number means it's singular because it's the number itself. So in previous question it was a number, and here it is the number. The number makes it singular, like just the word the and a is making such a huge difference. So the number means here that the number itself. So it's like a singular verb. So this brings us to the end of section C. So how much marks did you score? Be honest. Type in the comment section how much marks you scored. So this was very intricate section, right? Section C. I think we would have done many mistakes here. So yeah, let's quickly move to section D. We have E, F. We'll quickly wind up. So yeah, let's get started. One day a wolf was drinking at a stream. He saw a lamb who was farther down. The wolf made up his mind to eat the lamb, but he thought that he would find some excuse for doing so. He ran up to the lamb and said, "How dare you muddy the water that I am drinking?" The lamb replied, "I don't see how that can be, since the water of the stream was running from you to me and not from me to you." It was a curious trunk. When the lock was pressed, the trunk would fly. The merchant's son crouched inside, pressed the lock up, and flew the trunk through the chimney into the clouds. After a while, the lower part cracked, which frightened him, for had broken in two, he would have had a nasty fall. However, it descended safely, and he found himself in Turkey. So now we have reached framing questions. Let's quickly complete framing questions and wind up. It is very cold, isn't it? They didn't help her, did they? Shrujala is a sincere girl, isn't she? Mrs. Patil donated generously, didn't she? They knew Mr. Suleiman, did they? The farmers have taken to organic farming, haven't they? The children spend more time on games, don't they? I can't think of insulting my friend, can I? She loves her parent immensely, doesn't she? I am not going to give up, am I? The man's house was demolished, wasn't it? He bought a whole bundle of plants, didn't he? Chetan is the youngest magician in the world, isn't he? Adventurers fascinate you, don't they? There was a merry look in her eyes, wasn't there? Frame questions using do. The student thanked the teacher. Did the student thank the teacher? Mary forgot to bring the library books. Did Mary forget to bring the library books? My neighbor taught English to school dropouts. Does my neighbor teach English to school dropouts? A stranger saved the man from drowning. Did a stranger save the man from drowning? The mother prayed to the goddesses to bless her family. Did the mother pray the goddesses to bless her family? Did the lion wake up and catch the mouse? Did he give me a piece of advice? Did the villagers find the wounded leopard? Did the lights go out suddenly? Did she learn to read and write French? Do the two brothers do a number of odd jobs to earn a living? Did Lucia want to become a singer? Did Fred's father own a ship? Do many children like to play cricket? Did she have peace and joy in her life? They sang songs to encourage the athletes. क्यों गाया उन्होंने? Why did they sing song? The mayor was trembling. कौन tremble हो रहा था? Who was trembling? The king collected more revenue by taxing his people. King ने कैसे collect किया? How did the king collect more revenue? Babu's wife found it very strange. अरे किसकी wife को strange लगा? Whose wife found it very strange? Dr. Zakir Hussain was elected the President of India in 1967. When was Dr. Hussain elected as President of India? Kab? When? Right? We become prejudiced against others because we know nothing of them. Why do we become prejudiced against others? A book is the most astounding invention of man. क्या astounding invention of man है? What is the most astounding invention of man? A policeman was directing the traffic. What was the policeman directing? World Health Day celebrated on 24th September. When is World Health Day celebrated? You learn to write by continuous practice. How do you learn to write? Scientific knowledge shows how things really work. What shows how things really work? They went to the park yesterday. Where did they go to yesterday? So now we're into the very last section, error identification. Just 2-3 more minutes to go, and then we are done with part A of streams. Nile is the longest river in the world. So the answer for this is the Nile is the longest river in the world. The Invisible Man is an interesting story, not a interesting story, okay? A man built a house, and the house was on the banks of a river. The man built the biggest building in the town. Sheep praise every morning. Dhara was born in a village. Children like sweets. The women works from morning till evening. Where was he born? Not he was born. My friend returned back from Mysore. So the answer for this is my friend returned from Mysore. Because return is itself telling that his return, right? No back is used here. Thank you everyone. We have completed part A of streams, and further we will be studying further chapters, poems, grammar, etc. So stay tuned for the same. Thank you. Have a good day.